Emergency Summary Order of Suspension marked agenda number 2015-009258 for license serial number Queens OP 1274634 issued to Home Run KTV Inc. located at 4607 Casino Boulevard in Flushing. Presenting for Council's offices, Margarita, is that you?
Yes, it is.
It is Attorney Margarita Marcisco.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, members. Council's office is before you today requesting that the members summarily suspend the license of Home Run KTV Incorporated, a karaoke bar located in Flushing, New York on Casino Boulevard. This location presents a clear threat to the safety of the nearby community. Home Run is operating as a virtual drug den where patrons consume excessive amounts of alcohol and ketamine without any supervision. In addition, this environment has attracted a criminal element, resulting in the targeted shooting and assault that the police has categorized as gang-related. For these reasons that I'll detail, the Council's office believes that emergency action pursuant to the State Administrative Procedure Act is warranted. Members, from a pure licensing perspective, this licensee should be summarily suspended. First, the licensee misrepresented their hours of operation. When the authority issued our license to this licensee, it was our understanding that they would be closing at 1 in the morning, that they would be having a capacity of 40 patrons, that they would be having a few karaoke rooms with a maximum capacity of 4 persons inside. As I'll detail later, none of those representations are true. In addition, we have an ongoing, consistent issue with the lack of supervision. There have been repeated inspections by Investigator Stravali, who is here in this room if you have any questions, in addition to police officers. And during those inspections, it was found that the security guards were not properly licensed. If they had a license, they did not work for a legitimate security guard company. They were paid off the books, basically, or totally unlicensed. So these are the individuals that the licensee has chosen to supervise the premise. Most concerning, the licensee never has records to produce upon inspection. So the authority has no confidence as to who is funding this operation, who is running this operation, who's controlling this bar. And that's just a start. On top of these issues, we have the criminal activity that's been occurring. On April 23, 2015, the police obtained a search warrant from a New York City judge based on information that was contained in that warrant, which of course is confidential. But based on that search warrant, the police were empowered to search the premises for suspected drugs. When they did, they arrested 19 people. 17 people were arrested pursuant to the Roux presumption because there was ketamine that was openly visible in one of the karaoke rooms. So those 17 patrons were arrested for misdemeanor possession. And in addition, there were 2 additional patrons that were charged with felony possession of ketamine that was recovered from their person. Clearly, there's no supervision going on here. In addition to the results of this search warrant, as I indicated earlier, there was this earlier shooting which occurred in October of 2014. And by the way, the search warrant was executed at 3:30 in the morning, 2.5 hours after they should have been closed. These people were intoxicated. And some of these patrons were so intoxicated that they needed medical assistance. An ambulance had to be called. So going back to the shooting occurred at 2 in the morning, which again was a time when this licensee had no business operating. And it appears from the facts, if you're members, I'm sure I've read all the paperwork, it appears from the facts that this was a targeted shooting related to the Boucanese gang, street gang. And as the members have probably seen, the detectives made their best efforts to investigate this incident, but after interviewing the employees of the karaoke bar, the owner, the victims, they've just hit dead ends. So there have been no arrests made in that shooting. No one seems to be able to help the police in figuring out what happened. According to the evidence they obtained, for no apparent reason, 4 people entered this karaoke bar, went into a room, and shot somebody multiple times. Clearly there's something going on, something else going on there. But due to the lack of available information, the police have been unable to make an arrest. Now, this criminal activity, the failure to abide by the ABCL, has impacted the community. The police informed us that there have been multiple 311 calls, at least 10 by residents in the last 8 months. There is a condo complex within a couple of blocks of this premises where residents are trying to live and sleep, and they're confronted with obviously people who are overly intoxicated and whatever else is going on, just making them call 311, which in and of itself is an arduous process. They've taken the time to do this 10 times. Because of the repeated lack of supervision, because of the extremely serious incidents that are occurring inside, it is obvious that the licensee is lax in monitoring the amount of alcoholic beverages being consumed by its patrons. The licensee has made misrepresentations in its application as to the hours of operation. It is reasonable to conclude that the owner of this licensed premise has failed to undertake the necessary steps to provide a safe and regulated environment for its patrons. And therefore, he has placed the inhabitants of the area where the premises is located in danger. And for these reasons, the Council's office is requesting that the members issue this summary order of suspension.
Thank you, Counsel. Any questions or comments for Counsel? This is one instance where this was a very short licensing period of time, and so much has taken place at this location. So I'm just appreciative that Counsel's office and our investigators work very diligently to bring this to the board, and along with law enforcement in that area. So I definitely vote for an emergency summary suspension.
It's clear from the evidence presented that there is imminent danger to the public on various fronts: the illegal drugs, the possible gang activity, and I agree with Commissioner Green to vote for the suspension.
Cindy, being no further business, we're concluded.
Okay.
Thank you.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.